Hey guys, this is Nathan from African Custom Knives, and we just got a shipment in from Trevor Burger Customs this past weekend, and so I wanted to give you some details of some of the different things that he's doing with these knives versus what he did just a few months ago. So what you'll see first is that Trevor has changed a major thing. He got a lot of flack, and a lot of the African knife makers get a lot of flack for having a pivot screw. It has to be adjusted with a 5-pin, pivot tool. And so in America, it's just not very popular. A lot of the guys in America use Torx head. So there's been a major push by people who want to talk bad about certain things. Oh, well, you have to buy an extra tool and everything. The deal is this. The knife makers hear you and they want to change what they do, but they also have to have the screws, and they have to have all the things that are readily available in America, not always available in South Africa. But Trevor took a step, and a lot of the other knife makers are taking a step, but Trevor specifically now, the pivot screw is Torx head. It's awesome. You can take apart your knife now if you want to take your knife apart. No problem at all. Another thing that has to do with the pivot screw is that he's also putting in some pivot collars on some of them, just to fancy it up a little bit. Titanium pivot collars. If you notice, this is the EXK version here versus the LEXK version right there. Let me show you the G10. You can look at both of these and see, the difference between the EXK and the LEXK. The difference mainly being the length of the blade on the LEXK is longer than the EXK. Another thing is he's added micarta. Some of y'all saw a few months ago we had one or two of the micartas. They went fast. This is OD green. He does some natural micarta, but these are made for everyday use. Small, thin, one-sided titanium lock. It's ready. A great EDC knife. But at the same time, a lot of guys were using this knife and they said, well, I love this knife, but I want something a little bit nicer. I want something a little bit fancier. And well, Trevor heard you. Now he's added Damasteel blades to them. This is the first batch that I've seen of any of the EXKs or LEXKs that have Damasteel pivot collars, a custom clip that's made out of Damasteel. They're fantastic. Trevor's outdone himself. This one has the titanium clip, but they're great knives. I'm glad to see that Trevor's kind of branching out and doing some different things and meeting some of the needs of his customers. So here in the American market, we're excited about the new stuff he's pulling out. And actually, one last thing, Trevor Burger is going to not just have burger knives anymore. He's actually going to TBC, Trevor Burger Customs. So that's another thing that you'll notice that's going to change in the next little bit. He's actually changed his Instagram handle already. These are excellent. Glad to get this batch. We've already sold a few of them already, but check them out on the website, AfricanCustomKnives.com. Check you guys later.